Calcasieu Parish and Burton Coliseum, the site for the 2025 LHSAA Boys Basketball March Madness. Today's Division II non-select semi features district rivals with 6-seed Bossier and the 2-seed Minden Bearcats. Hi, alongside former UL Raging Cajun Eric Mouton, I'm Garrett Walvard. Eric, these two district rivals matching up here with a trip to the state finals on the line. Should be an awesome matchup. Yeah, and that gauntlet, District 1 4A. Bossier won 66-52, but you can throw all of that out of the window when there's a chance to play for a state championship on the line. Who will get it done today? Bossier in the dark jerseys with green and white trim, and Minden comes in with the white jerseys with deep red and gray trim. And like Eric said, Bossier got the best of the Minden Crimson Tide in the regular season, 66-52. The battle for the 3-1-8 is underway. Two teams that know each other well. I'm sure these guys have grown up playing against each other. They end up at different high schools, and now they're battling in the semifinals. Bossier is a 6 seed, and they're on a 14-game win streak as that runner in the lane falls by David Thomas. But it was earlier in the season when they had a couple of players sat out for disciplinary reasons where they lost 7 of 11 games, and that really hurt their resume later in the year for the tournament. But now back at their full complement, a talented team. Minden 22-3 on the year. LaFowl committed away from the ball. Their only loss in district came to Bossier, and the Bearcats got the league title. Minden led by the senior guard Darnell Morris, 14 points, 8 boards a game, turnover. A chance for Bossier to add to their early lead. And we hadn't seen it much, Garrett, but you see the three-point lines out there. I think he thought he had a little more room as he was behind the last line, which is the black line, and he stepped out of bounds. Cameron Davenport kicks it into the corner. Three-pointer off the mark. Rebound, Davenport goes up, left block, high off the glass. The rebound ends up in the hands of Jatravian Bunnery. Can't hit. The drive by Minden's Darnell Morris off the mark. Our starting lineups brought to you by Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation, the voice of Louisiana agriculture. Davenport, Correll Woods, Javante Small, Jatravian Bunnery, and David Thomas, your starting 5 in our semifinal. Woods, one of the top players in the state, 6'7", a senior, averages 23 and 10 per game. So keep your eye on Correll Dean Woods. That's Woods with the ball in his hand. Drives at the elbow, elevates, got the shot away, off the back iron. Bunnery is fouled on the rebound attempt. The starters for the Crimson Tide of Minden: Cameron Parker, Carnelo Smith, and Christian Lofton, along with Jaden Franklin and Darnell Morris, their leading scorer. Again, starters brought to you by Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation, the voice of Louisiana agriculture. Minden's head coach, Jacob Brown, now in his 2nd season. He spent 14 years with the Minden's girls program, took them to the state tournament in 2018. Pass down into the lane, almost deflected out. Recovering is Morris. Morris, the leading scorer, drives, and he'll be called for the travel at the elbow. Good defense from the Bearcats right there as Morris tries to get going. 14 points, 8 rebounds, and also dishes out 3 assists a game, unable to get any space early. Bossier was the 6th seed a year ago, where they advanced to the quarterfinals. Here's a pass into the paint. Woods kicks it back out. They're going to reset the offense. Bossier ended up losing to the 3-seed Carroll. Turnover. Pass into the paint. Morris trying to be a scorer. Rebound to the Bossier squad, who will try and get it up the floor. Javante Small. Got a lot of post players behind the three-point line, kind of running the ball through them. Not your typical offense, just sitting with them in the paint. Woods gets by a defender, hard screen, and the whistle blows. The head coach, Justin Collins. Collins now in his 3rd year as the head coach and the 8th year overall with the program. This is the 2nd of 3 trips to state that they've had in the last 4 years. And that one's off the glass and in. Good putback, and Bossier off to a 4-0 lead.
That's Bunnery with a nice one-handed tip in. He comes in averaging 7 points, 8 rebounds. You can see a nice weak side rebound right there as Thomas tries to get going.
The Crimson Tide dispatched Bossier 69-32 in their opener, and then they held off number 7 Franklin Parish 52-44 in the quarterfinals. Pass to the top of the key. Parker lets a 3 go. Doesn't draw iron. Long ball out to Lofton. He'll get the soft roll off the back iron. And Minden's on the board.
Offensive rebounds, second chances. And Lofton is able to finish that one there off of an offensive rebound that bounced out to him.
All the way to the rack. Nice weak side rebound, though, and the putback by Jatravian Bunnery.
Great job by Bunnery being active. Not giving him the ball. You don't give it to me. Don't worry about it. I'm going to go get it myself. 2 offensive rebounds, 2 putbacks.
Parker trying to find some real estate on the left baseline. He'll be called for, he'll draw the foul. That's on David Thomas. And there's Jacob Brown, the Minden head coach. Was promoted to boys coach 2 years ago. He replaced Rennie Bailey, who was there for 7 years and then took the assistant coaching gig with Southern University.
Played against Rennie Bailey. Good player. Also played against Casey Jones, who will be here a little bit later coaching Wassman, and does a great job.
3 ball up in the air. It's good. Bossier with the triple. And that's Cameron Davenport.
Boy, he don't need much space. Quick release knocks it down, and he's fired up.
It's a 5-0 run. Minden's trying to bust it. Their 3-point attempt is off the mark. Woods with the board, kicks it away.
Well, both teams man-to-man and very effective at it. There's a poke away and good hustle right there from Morris out on the perimeter guarding a point guard. You
got to love the Minden Crimson Tide logo that's on the shorts. It's like the angry wave for Tulane.
Well, great minds think alike. I'm not sure where they are, but you and I were thinking alike right there. I love those uniforms, the Crimson Tide.
The only time you're allowed to say it in state and be proud about it, when it's for Minden.
Hand check.
A couple of early fouls.
Yeah.
Bossier retains possession.
Both teams with shifty guards. Good matchup in both spots, at the point guard and at the 2. Not very big, but shifty, can handle the ball, can shoot it.
That's a high percentage shot. Woods, though, can't finish. I like the thought on the baseline toss into him.
We saw St. Thomas More just run the same play to try to win the game.
Jaden Franklin drove the line, draws the foul. Looks like they're going to put that on Bunnery, his first. Actually, for Bunnery, that's his second.
Oh, that's his second. He's been active. 4 big points here and a couple of rebounds. 2 offensive, 1 defensive. And he'll head to the bench.
Next foul by Bossier. You see that angry wave for the Crimson Tide.
There it is.
The next foul will be 5 in free throws by Bossier.
It's a little Tulane look. That's the Green Wave mascot there. I like it a lot. Like the color, excuse me, color combination as well.
The drive to the lane is good, and Minden's back there with Jaden Franklin.
It's an athletic move from Franklin as he rises up. 11 points, 4 boards.
That stops a 5-0 run by Bossier. Woods bumped at the free throw line. Turnaround Jay. Rebound to Davenport. Can't hit a second three. But in the lane, boy, they're not drawing iron on a couple of these putbacks. Quickly up the floor is Christian Lofton soaring in. And Woods is down underneath the basket. Might have gotten hit in the face.
Yeah, went up. Definitely disrupted that shot. I'm not sure if he blocked it. Sometimes when he goes up, that offhand, yeah, there it is. The offhand gets him right in the face.
He's up, and he'll stay in the ball game. With the little run they're on now, Bossier has won 5 playoff games over the last 2 years. With that 7th seed, they had to play in the opening round, and they got the win against St. Martinville. The save, but they can't finish. Small kept it alive. Minden down on the block with Harris.
Charge.
That'll be a charge on them, and the ball back up the floor to Bossier.
Yeah, Harris just put it on the floor, lowered his shoulder, ran him over to try to finish. It's a good call by the officials.
Bearcats take it up the floor. Davenport uses the screen all the way to the rack, left side. Timeout, Minden.
Dean Woods up there directing traffic, setting a nice ball screen. Boy, these guards are quick and athletic, and they get off of the ground. They get up so high to finish. It's a nice play right there. 11-4 Bossier.
Coming up, you'll see the Wassman Wildcats and Bruley. 4:30, the expected tip-off between these two teams. And that'll be our 3rd game of the day, 5 on the docket. And then we get into the meat and potatoes of the schedule. Friday and Saturday, 10 championship games. We hope you'll join us this weekend. Bossier back out on the floor with the 7-point lead. They've been able to stack baskets back-to-back while Minden's been a little bit more deliberate. Crimson Tide will take it up the floor. Morris, the senior guard, top of the key, wants to drive, turnaround jumper. Put back by Harris. He'll draw a foul, but doesn't quite get the roll.
Nice offensive rebound there from Harris. And he does draw that foul. Morris trying to get going, taking some tough contested shots. Not able to make any, but cleaning it up here is Williams. He'll shoot 2. First one good.
He's got one more coming. Checking in for Bossier, Montreville Lewis, freshman guard, who's good for over 2 assists per game. Now, I'll tell you what, Minden is in a tough district. That 1-5A, you got Bossier, of course. Huntington, Woodlawn, Bossier fighting for the board. They won't get it. 3-pointer by Parker. A little bit too long. And the officials say it will stay with the Crimson Tide. You can throw in Benton in that district as well. All of those schools have been state tournament contenders lately. One of the tougher districts in state. So when you win that district title, it's big. Minden checking in Hudson Brown, a junior forward and the son of the coach, Jacob Brown.
14.6 left here.
Brown, right wing, gives back to Jaden Franklin. Franklin crosses over, kicks. Morris, that was blocked and finishes short. 1 second remaining. Bossier can't get the shot away. Time runs out on the first quarter that favors the Bossier Bearcats. They lead by 6, 11-5. Second quarter when Eric and I return here at Burton Coliseum. This is the LHSAA Network.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, We know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Coverage of the 2025 LHSAA Boys March Madness brought to you by Louisiana Army National Guard. Protect what matters. By MMR, building on a tradition of success. By Ochsner and the Ochsner Andrews Sports Medicine Institute. And by Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation, the voice of Louisiana agriculture. Nice little view of Westlake, the home of the Rams. You can see that I-10 bridge crossing over Lake Charles. We're back inside Burton Coliseum. Our Division II non-select semifinal. Minden looking to cut into the lead here. Franklin, a junior guard, drives baseline, kicks it into the corner to Parker. Off the back iron, board to the Bearcats. Up the floor, Tykorian Williams, they call him Ty, and they can't get that one to fall. Franklin hangs in the air, doesn't draw iron, and those two posts for Bossier are going to make it tough on them all day. Davenport wanted another three. Rebound goes out to Bossier. Davenport kicks it back to Woods. Woods has it picked from behind, right into the hands of his teammate, and Bunnery scores.
Bunnery back in with those two fouls. Coach needs him to get out there, play without fouling. He's got 6 points. He averages 7. He's already up to 6.
It's not exactly Ralph Sampson and Akeem Olajuwon, but the Twin Towers are in effect here down in the post.
No doubt, a couple of rim protectors with really good guards that can defend. Oh my.
Hudson
Logo.
Brown.
That was from Visit Lake Charles logo.
Largest lead of the game now for Bossier. Davenport's hit a three. Woods pulls up. Little off the mark. Brown in transition. They get it to Morris.
No space for Dean Woods, man. They're really guarding him tough, making him take tough shots, unable to score so far. 0 points, comes in averaging 23.
Minden won 13 of their first 14 games. Those 3 losses came to Ruston, West Monroe, and Bossier. A couple of 5As and a 4A. Morris in the lane, soft touch from the left elbow. That's a much-needed field goal.
That is a soft touch. You can see him trying to get going also. Morris, a little bit of a run of 14 and 8.
Bunnery, the feed. They was too low under the basket, has to kick it back out. Davenport head fake, drives, takes it himself. He'll go to the line. He had the option to kick to the corner with Woods, but he'll go to the line.
Coach Collins going with a little high-low, giving the ball to Bunnery at the top and then letting Dean Woods post up down there. He hadn't had much success facing the basket, so puts his back to the basket, tries to post him up. Minden takes it away, but allows a little penetration and some free throws.
Bossier coach Justin Collins, now 2 trips to the state finals in the last 3 years. He formerly played at LSUS in Shreveport, was a point guard for the Pilots. Davenport got the roll. Davenport now leads all scorers with 7.
Change of defenses. Bossier in the 1-2-2 matchup. Seen a lot of 1-2-2 from teams this week.
Minden struggled in that first quarter, stepped on the baseline turnover. They were just 2 of 11, shooting under 20%. Bossier a little better, 5 of 17 for 30%.
Minden 0 for 5 from behind the arc. Bossier 1 for 3, 1-3 hit by Davenport.
That pass taken away by Minden. They worked hard for it. We'll say that is tipped by Bossier. Minden ball.
It's a turnover. Franklin, little reach around, gets a hand on it. They get the turnover.
2 turnovers for Bossier in the first quarter, 4 for Minden. Pass into the lane to Harris.
Pass.
Harris under the block, and the finish by Franklin.
And that's where you want to attack that 1-2-2. You've got that open area that brings the bottom guys in the middle of that zone. Bottom guys up. That's a great pass from Harris.
I don't know how Harris got that ball to Franklin. There's a defender between him. Woods trying to back his defender down. Turnaround, Jay, is pretty.
Tough.
He averages 23 points and 10 boards a game.
Coach Collins going to his leading scorer right there. A little post-up isolation, and he rises up in good touch from the big fella.
Parker has it top of the key. Back to Franklin. He's a leading scorer for the Crimson Tide. Jump shot off the mark. Into the corner. Long shot attempt by Williams, and he hits from the far sideline.
No sense of urgency right there from Minden to get back and contest. Just a wide open 3, and Williams knocks it down, the senior.
Bossier on a 7-2 run. Little off balance in the lane. There's a swat by Woods. He'll take the loose ball up the floor. Got it back from his teammate. Gives way to David Thomas. Thomas working around the wing. Pulls up from behind the free throw line. Shot no good. The rebound and the shove. Hitting the deck is Williams.
You notice that? It's not a foul if you can get away with it. Little shove in the back right there, and that's okay.
I believe that's an Al Bundy quote. It's not cheating unless you get caught, and that is not what we're looking for here.
That is it. The Minden gets the stop, gets the rebound, and a foul in transition. Now a timeout by Bossier.
Chance to get the Bearcats back with a little breather. And for Minden, just need to become more consistent scorers, work their offense. Let's look at the first 5 championship games due up tomorrow, Friday, 12 p.m. start time, with Pleasant Hill and Plainview, the 1 versus the 2 in Class C. In Division 4, Southern Lab and Hamilton Christian. Southern Lab, 16 state titles all time. Calvary Baptist looking for their first championship. This will be their 5th title game of the decade. They'll take on Country Day at 4. Vinton and Franklin, the 1 versus the 2 in Division 4 non-select. And then Lacassine and Avoyelles, public charter. 8 p.m. in Class B action. We just saw the St. Thomas More Cougars on a last-second shot by their point guard advance to the state finals. Back-to-back seasons for Coach Danny Broussard's Cougars.
They hit the half-court shot in the quarters, and they hit the runner in the short corner. Bork hits it. Both tie games, both send them on to the next round, and maybe a team of destiny for St. Thomas More. And we saw Vinton right there. Vinton Franklin's going to be a great game. And Vinton with that backboard pass for the 3-pointer to win that game. And I think I said it during the broadcast, maybe a team of destiny is Vinton. But boy, some great games going to be played tomorrow to hand out the hardware. Minden only with 9 points, but kind of hanging around. You know, Bossier has not exploded yet. They got to do a better job of getting back. A little defensive transition, taking away some of those threes, but a couple of stops and buckets from Minden. This could be close going into half. Might have got fouled.
Jump shot off the mark. That'll go down the other way to Bossier on the tie-up.
Yeah, Harris doing some work at the free throw line against that 1-2-2. Made a nice pass a while ago. That time shoots the shot. Help comes over. May have got him on the arm. Bounces it off the backboard. We'll head the other way after the tie-up. They'll switch the arrow. Minden will get the next jump ball.
Sophomore guard Williams takes it up the floor, and he's being flustered by Parker. Foul on Parker. That'll be foul number 2. And the second foul committed by Minden here in the quarter.
Yeah, so hard to play defense that close, that far away from the basket. So much space for these guards to operate. And I need to back up just a little bit, give them a little room.
Woods in the lane, makes the curl. Double teamed, and that ball is swatted up top. It'll end up as a foul, though.
I think Harris got him down low. Yep, it's going to be 5 Harris. Isolation on the inbounds. Yeah, gets him on the arm right there. As help comes over. Harris with the rejection, but the other Harris, 5 with the foul.
Woods at the line. Might be dealing with a little cramp early on, grabbing at the back of his left Achilles. Doesn't get the roll. Darnell Morris has it left wing. Lofton passes down low, and Harris finishes.
Beautiful pass from Lofton against that zone, and a great catch, too. As it looked like it might be going out of bounds, but he gets both hands on it and finishes the layup as Cameron Harris. Hanging around, only down 10.
Davenport tried to use the screen. Goes into the corner to Bunnery. Bunnery to Williams. The putback by Bunnery can't quite finish. They had a couple of opportunities there. They can't cash in.
Bunnery has been active, crashing the offensive glass. Cuts back door. With a contact, no foul, play on.
Minden wanted to drive the lane there, got it cut off at the elbow. Jump by Parker.
Long.
I think that went right into the backboard and did not draw iron. Out of bounds off of Minden.
Yeah, look at this pass right there. Look at the catch, too. The big fella goes up with 2 hands, brings it down and scores. That's a great look also by the guard out top. That's Lofton, 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. One of the leaders in assists for the Minden Crimson Tide.
Minden, Louisiana, the seat of Webster Parish, about 25 miles east of Shreveport and Bossier. More than 12,000 people call it home. That one's taken away from Woods. Up the floor is Darnell Morris.
Charge.
And he's popped with the charge, called for the foul. That'll be the second on him, and I think Davenport really earned that one.
No doubt, sacrifice your body for your team. It's a huge play. As Bossier tries to go high-low again on the other end, Bunnery turns it over. And he'll have to thank his teammates for sprinting back and taking a charge.
Bossier has a very proud history in LHSAA hoops, 5 state championships. They won 2 titles this decade, including the 3A crown in 2020 over Wassman and the Division II title in 2023 over Carroll. Speaking of Wassman, the Wildcats who play next are here, sitting up in the upper reaches of Burton, just taking in the game, getting ready. Woods' jumper off the mark. Now Morris with under a minute left, trying to close the gap. It's currently 10. The fake by Parker to Harris, draws contact. He'll go to the lane, and that's on Woods.
Woods frustrated, just can't get it to go on the other end, and he may have to come out of the game. That's going to be 3 on him. No, they called on 5.
Well, they put that on Javonte Small. And for Woods, he's still hanging around with just 1 foul.
And hanging his head down there. Yeah, they'll have to get Small out of the game. But Dean Woods actually had a little mismatch right there as the guard switched on him. He went up against Lofton. Went up high, tried to make that shot, but could not get it to go.
Here's Cameron Harris' second attempt. Woods trying for the rebound, and it's off him. That ball will stay with Minden, and they've got 40 seconds to try and generate another shot. Parker looking to inbounds. They'll get this ball away to Harris. Can't finish. This time it's going to the Bearcats.
Well, nice play design. Sets a little back screen, then rolls in the middle of the lane. Harris strong inside, but can't finish. Will go the other way with 37 seconds left.
Bossier lost 7 of their first 11, but since January 18th, they're undefeated. Woods They got a hand check foul against him. And for Minden, that's the 5th foul.
You can hear the crowd into it. They wanted a push-off on Dean Woods over there. Don't get the call. The Boo Birds have come out here in Burton Complex.
Woods now with 4 points, and it looks like he's really struggling either with cramps or just that lower ankle that's bothering him. One more free throw coming. The senior forward hits 1 of 2. You see him limping backwards back up the floor. See if they can get him a little attention at halftime.
Yeah, he's in some pain down there. Be a big factor if he can't have that ankle at 100%. They check on him at halftime, I'm sure, as we're under 10.
Euro step to the lane. It rims out. This one's away. Davenport can't hit. We'll go to the half. Bossier leading by double digits. Steve Schneider's at the desk. He'll get you updated on the rest of today's action and take a look at highlights and stats when we return.
Protect what matters most to you and find out the many ways you can benefit. 100% free tuition and fees to all state colleges. Job training in over 150 different career fields, healthcare, pay, and much more. The Louisiana Army National Guard. Part-time service with lifelong benefits. Find out more by visiting www.lang-recruiting.com.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep. Lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
You're watching the Louisiana Army National Guard halftime show. Welcome into the Louisiana Army National Guard halftime show. Protect what matters with the Louisiana Army National Guard. Visit lang-recruiting.com, or you can follow the QR code on your screen. Find out the many ways you benefit with the Louisiana Army National Guard. We're live at Burton Coliseum. It's halftime. Bossier out to a convincing lead over Minden. 22-11 is the score right now. Steve Schneider live here courtside. Karen Hoyt joining me, tournament director, not only this week, but last week, and we call it Marsh Madness. Some people ask, well, is it really in the marsh? Is Hammond? Is Lake Charles? One thing I know, it's definitely madness.
It is madness. It's 2 weeks of great basketball, Steve.
You have 60 games in those 2 weeks. It's got to be crazy getting the teams in and out, keeping everything on schedule, but when they walk out on the court, they give us great performances.
We've had some great games here. It is crazy to get them in, get them out, but a lot of these teams are repeat teams. They come every year and they know the procedures, and it works like clockwork.
So the boys tournament, particularly last year, I was doing some tabulating. We did have 6 blowouts out of 30 games, but every other game was close. So when you have 24 games and the average margin is 7 points or less, that's really what people, when they think of the college game and March Madness and the Cinderellas, and you get a lot of that.
We do. It's been some great games here, great competition. I think I looked at it. We had 9 games so far with a margin of victory of 5 points or less. Right. So it's been great competition this week here.
Talk about the game that we just had. You said the word we're not supposed to say is overtime because it sets everything behind.
That is correct.
I just said it. Sorry about that, but we avoided that because of a heroic last-second buzzer
beater. We did. I was afraid we were going to go into that time frame, but we fortunately did not.
Right. The coaching, I think that gets overlooked sometimes. Certainly a guy like Danny Broussard that we just talked to, he's been around forever. He's a Hall of Famer. People know the quality of coach you get with the St. Thomas More program. You obviously were a coach at Albany, won championships, and did a lot of great things. But even the coaches that are younger or that we don't know that well, they seem to do a great job coaching these kids, not just to play hard, but the team aspect and the fundamentals of the game.
It's been fun to watch some of these coaches, especially the ones that do teach fundamentals, to watch some fundamental basketball. It's fun to watch. When you see them play defense, you see the actual running of an offense. It's fun.
What did you think of the girls' event last week?
It was great. Obviously, that's my passion. With being a former girls basketball coach, Hammond is home for me, so we love that event there. I thought it was great competition as well, some great games played.
How far is it from Albany to Hammond? I know you made that drive
15 minutes.
100 times. Right?
About 15 minutes.
Okay.
And I was fortunate enough to win my last title in that Coliseum.
And what about the people here in Lake Charles and how they've treated this event? It used to be in Lafayette. Years ago it was in Baton Rouge. Some people, why go to Lake Charles?
Well, I think it's our 13th year here, Steve.
Yes.
They do a great job here for this tournament. They are accommodating. I don't know. There's so much to say about the great people in Lake Charles.
Well, the guy that calls himself the critter for DeRitter, make sure I have water.
Yes, Mr. Larry, he's great. Mr. Larry takes care of all of our people.
Thanks for being on with us. Continue running a great event. We're going to take a time out here on the Louisiana Army National Guard Live Halftime Show.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Welcome back to the Louisiana Army National Guard Live Halftime Show here from Burton Coliseum. March Madness for the LHSAA, and we're on day number 4. Right now we've got a Division II non-select semifinal. It's the Bossier Bearcats up 22-11 right now on Minden. The Crimson Tide having a little difficulty scoring. And let's take you through some of the highlights from the first half and show you how it went down. The Bearcats in green. They've got a young freshman who got them off to a good start. David Thomas with a floater there in the lane. Minden did get a couple of baskets, but mostly it was the Bossier show in the first half. Cameron Davenport certainly contributed greatly to his team. He's their leading scorer right now. Minden did finally get something going in the second quarter, but mostly it's been the Bearcats from inside, from outside. And there's Minden getting a basket there before the end of the half. Cameron Harris doing the honors there, the junior post player. But Minden has only made 21% of their field goals and none of their three-pointers. 0 for 9 right now for the Crimson Tide. The Bearcats are 2 of 7 from distance. They're also 4 from 6 at the free throw line. A little better shooting percentage. The key for them has been the rebounding. They have some size inside. 25 rebounds to just 16 for Minden. So the Crimson Tide is going to have to get things going here in the second half if they want to climb back into it. But we have seen that time and again. In most of these games, it ends up being a third or even fourth quarter decision like we had in game 1. That'll do it for the post-game show on this edition of the Louisiana Army National Guard halftime show. Bossier on top of Minden, 22-11. We'll see you after the game right here. Thanks for watching the Louisiana Army National Guard halftime show.
So it's going to come down to this.
Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play.
Protect what matters most to you and find out the many ways you can benefit. 100% free tuition and fees to all state colleges. Job training in over 150 different career fields, healthcare, pay, and much more. The Louisiana Army National Guard, part-time service with lifelong benefits. Find out more by visiting www.lang-recruiting.com.
Welcome back inside Burton Coliseum in Lake Charles, Louisiana for the Division II non-select semifinal. Bossier and Minden, the battle for the 3-1-8 supremacy in North Louisiana. It's been a tough go for Minden. They've only got 5 field goals in the ball game, 0 of 9 from distance. How are they going to get back on track against Bossier?
They got to rebound the basketball. Bossier also out-rebounding them by 9, but 10 of those on the offensive end, so extra possessions for them. And you mentioned it, 0 3-pointers. Bossier only has 2, but outscoring them there behind the arc by 6 points, and that's why they have the lead here.
The 2 players down low, Bunnery and Woods for Bossier, have made it tough sledding to try and score in the paint. Maybe you try and get something, a plan going where you try and get them in some foul trouble, get them out for a couple of spells. I don't know if that can help out Minden.
They went to the 1-2-2 matchup, and they did puncture the zone and get a couple of good looks inside, but it was inside. They've got to find a way to get some baskets from outside the arc, put some points on the board. They only have 11, 5 in the first quarter and 6 in the second quarter. Not going to get it done.
The leading scorers for Bossier so far, Davenport on 2 of 5 shooting. He's got 7 points and 3 assists. And then Bunnery, the post, number 12, 3 of 5 shooting, 6 points. The other things that stood out, both teams did a pretty good job of not turning the ball over. For Bossier, just 5, 6 for Minden. Take care of the ball, good things will happen. The Crimson Tide ready to get back out on the floor after halftime with Coach Jacob Brown.
Bunnery with those 6 points. He's got 6 rebounds to go along with it, so making his way toward a double-double. And Bossier's going to try to find a way to get Dean Woods involved also. They have really played good defense on him, and he looked a little injured with that left leg. Let's see how that feels starting this half.
Largest lead of the first half was 12 for Bossier. Morris, a little quiet offensively, the team's leading scorer. Only had 2 points in the first 16 minutes. There's a good sign for Woods off to the races, taking it down the floor, not limping. Turns the corner, right side, raises up, and gets it off the glass.
That was all Woods there, and boy, a nice athletic play as help comes over. And a quick timeout by Minden, but Dean Woods trying to get going, and a nice move there to the basket.
Let's take a look at our 6 o'clock game later this evening as Central takes on Denham Springs. 6:15, Baton Rouge area matchup. The Wildcats and the Yellow Jackets. Central maybe trying to add a basketball title to their football title that they just won very convincingly in the Dome under. All right, Bossier, just a bench warning.
Yep. Blew
so
the
no
whistle
timeout.
to warn him. Yeah, we saw that happen yesterday too.
From the baseline. Rims out, board goes to Parker. Tough start offensively for Darnell Morris. Let's see if the senior can get going here in the second half. There's Morris, who averages 14 a game. Gives way to Smith. And they finally got a long distance shot to fall. Just 2.
Old school flex offense, and back screen and the down screen. You set a good back screen, a lot of times you'll be open coming to the top off of the down screen. He knocks it down on that one.
The drive to the lane, maybe a hand check foul going to be called on Parker. That aggressiveness by Bossier paying dividends, going to the rack, getting fouls.
They'll head back to the line. They were 4 for 6 in the first half. Minden only 1 for 4 from the line. It's a nice stroke there.
Javonte Small has his first point of the ball game. One more coming. One more shot coming. They'll send the ball down. Small is the lead distributor on this squad.
They were clarifying on the other side that it was a 2 and not a 3. I think they put 3 up there for one of the individuals, whoever hit that shot. They just making sure it was a 2.
I'm glad you saw that. Morris going to draw the foul. Physical going to the elbow.
4 on him.
So some foul trouble for the Bearcats, and Javonte Small, he'll head back to the bench, get some high fives. Bossier's squad, 14 players on varsity. Outlet into the corner. Darnell drives, hangs, the left-handed floater is good.
Really nice play from Morris there, as he has become more and more aggressive trying to get going. Both leading scorers struggling a little bit, but boy, if he can get going and put some points on the board, they will have a chance. Only down 9 after the poor shooting.
So that's a 5-1 run by Minden. The feed into the paint. Bunnery, too strong. Tip back, rebound. Minden has it taken away. And over and back in transition. That happens every now and then. And Woods has to be careful. He's arguing his point that his teammate shouldn't have been called for over and back. Darnell Morris with a 5-0 swing.
Heat check. Morris feeling it. He's got 8. A little hesitation. Gets set, rises up on balance, holds the follow through. Picture perfect to get his team closer. Timeout, Bossier.
Minden on a little 8-3 run to start the second half. Their fans are on their feet. Cheer teams getting their thing done too. It looked like Bossier might just run away with this semifinal, and Minden is right back in it.
A little roll tide roll chant coming from the fans. They are loving it.
It's been a little while for the Crimson Tide. They last made the state finals in '85, losing to A-Meat in the 3A game. They've got championship wins though, 1959 and 1955. That was back when Marty McFly and Doc Brown were doing their thing. That was a while ago. But this team here under Coach Brown, back in this game.
Minden rebounding the ball well, getting some stops here. And boy, they needed some 3-pointers to get back into it. And the hesitation pull-up right there was huge from Morris. Now they'll extend their defense, play some full-court man-to-man. There's a matchup to watch. Oh, Morris took it from Dean Woods.
He'll go after Dean Woods in the lane. Doesn't draw iron. Rebound, the putback. Bunnery fighting for the board. He's got it. Up the floor is Thomas. Thomas with the runner. Rebound to Morris. Seems like the ball is always in his hands. It's tipped from behind by Davenport. Into the corner. Did Parker turn it over?
Said he double dribbled.
Ouch.
Back and forth we go. Morris dives on the floor, kicks it out to his teammate. Kind of fumbled it and dribbled it and then dribbled it again. Defensive intensity for the team. Oh, it's a foul. Defensive intensity has picked up, and boy, Dean Woods slipped a while ago and went down. Now he gets banged, goes down to the floor, limping a little bit. Tough sledding for the big right there today.
Morris thought he was quick enough to get in front of him and draw the charge. It'll be a blocking foul. Both teams with 2 fouls here in the third quarter. Davenport, 7 points. The lane's wide open. He'll dribble it back out from the top of the key. Keeps it himself, left block, and gets the roll. Davenport saw that the lane was open. Here's Morris spinning on Bunnery. Baseline J off the back iron. Rebound to Thomas, and I believe he's going to get fouled about 90 feet away from the basket. Here's another look. Rebound attempt coming. They just got their arms wrapped up. Five seconds in front of his own bench. And Bossier's coach, Justin Collins, with a quick word of encouragement to his student athlete, sends him back.
Got to get into their offense a little bit quicker, but good defense from Minden. Nowhere to go with it.
Crimson Tide drive the lane. The trailer, the give and go to Morris. His shot's deflected. Two nice defensive possessions for Bossier, trying to take back control of this game that they've led as much as 12. Davenport splits defenders, called for the steps. Yeah, I think he made contact with one of the defenders and took the extra step.
A little drive, dribble drive, attack the empty block right there. Help comes over, a little bit of contact. He tries to dump to the other side of the floor, but does travel, turns it over. Minden with another chance to get closer, under 4 minutes here in the third.
Franklin lets a three go, and that really favors Bossier with those high arcing deflections. They've got the horses to get up there and get the boards. 8-point lead for the Bearcats. Morris guarding Davenport, tries to use a screen. The give and go to Woods. Bounce pass. Ends up in the hands of Bunnery. Three ball is on the way by Williams. Long rebound. Davenport has it. Tipped away. Effort play by Franklin. He'll take it all the way to the rack. And on the putback attempt, Christian Lofton is fouled. He went down.
Back and forth, a lot of contact on both ends, letting them play as long as they are consistent with it. And there's a loose ball. Yeah, way too much contact going up. He goes to the ground, and he'll shoot two. This is going to be Lofton, the senior.
Fouls on 21, Tykorian Williams. A free throw off the mark. Minden only shot 4 free throws in the first half. They were 1 of 4. Misses them both, but the board to Morris. Left-handed putback, tipped out and saved by Williams. Bossier, 1 field goal in the last 2 minutes. Bunnery is fouled, and he'll go to the line. Minden's 4th foul of the quarter.
Nice pass from Davenport, too. Bunnery sprints down, establishes position on ball side, block. Davenport finds him. He can't finish, but he does draw the foul. He'll head to the line.
Free throw is off the mark. Bossier has won 4 state championships over the last 15 years. They took it all in 2011 and then again in 2016 when they beat Washington Marion. They won in 2020 over Wassman and 2023 over Carroll. So the senior class were sophomores for their last state championship appearance. Bossier has 6 seniors and 5 sophomores on this class. So a nice mix of youth and veteran play, and a foul committed by Bossier on the rebound attempt.
It's going to be Dean Woods.
That will be his 2nd. Minden only had 11 points after 2 quarters of play. Got off to an 8-3 run to start this quarter. They are trying not to fall to the Bearcats for the second time this season. In the corner, Carnelo Smith passes it back out. Morris, long three, off the mark. And again, those two posts for Bossier, whether it's Bunnery or Dean Woods, they've got the advantage when it comes to getting rebounds. Still an 8-point game. At the free throw line, the give way to Davenport. Drives the lane, creates a little space, it rims in and out. Baseline is cut off. Franklin goes across the court. Three-pointer by Lofton, short. The high putback, no good by Harris. Rebound Bunnery. Boy, he has been clutch in this game. Williams, head fake, drives the rack, bounce pass down low. Can't take advantage of the size, but they do. Second chance basket by Bunnery. He's now got 8 points.
Nice penetration and pass. Dean Woods, boy, he's really limping now, is Dean Woods. And you're right, Woods missed on one side, but Bunnery, who's been really active, puts that one back in.
Here's our road to March Madness for both of these teams. Bossier with an 11-point win over Ellender, 69-58 at home. And Minden hosts Franklin Parish, a 52-44 victory to get into the semifinals. And the winner will play Wassman and Bruley. And right now, the Bruley Panthers are warming up in the end zone, getting a little calisthenics in here at Burton before their game against the #1 seed Wassman Wildcats. Boy, there's another program with a lot of proud tradition in Wassman.
You want to see a team play defense? Watch those guys, man. Casey Jones does a great job with them. They get up and defend. We've seen a lot of really good defense, a lot of solid man-to-man defense this week. We're going to see it from Wassman as well.
The lead back to double digits for the Bearcats. Minden, the Crimson Tide, up the floor.
Matchup zone for Bossier.
Morris was just 1 of 4 through the first 2 quarters of play. He's taken quite a few more shots here and hit a couple field goals. Empty possession, and Minden's back up the floor on defense.
Yeah, Harris posted up against the big down there. It was altered. He didn't block it, but definitely disrupted that shot. Harris a little short.
Bunnery gives way to Davenport. The feed to Woods, deflected away by Harris. He gets it back, right corner. Woods, the jumper, too strong. Bunnery, literally getting every rebound at both ends of the court, is fouled.
Bunnery has been huge for Bossier, cleaning up defensive rebounds and then doing a great job of being active on the offensive glass. He'll get another one there. Now he'll shoot free throws.
Coach Brown for Minden looking on.
Both teams in the double bonus here with no more 1-and-1s. They'll shoot 2 when it gets to 5 fouls. Bossier at 4, so the next one they will shoot. Minden already at 5 team fouls.
If Bunnery can hit here, it will match the largest lead of the game for his Bearcats.
And give him 10. Not sure where he is on rebounds, but I guarantee you he's close to a double-double and may have it already.
Darnell Morris up the floor. Morris with 8 points, calling for it down low. Harris at the right elbow. Bounce pass coming in from the wing and drawing the foul. And going to the line for Minden will be Harris.
Nice little high-low action right there. Bounce pass. And Bunnery, too much body, gets it up high, but does commit the foul coming across the lane, block to block.
Christopher Harris's first free throw attempt off the mark. Harris is a senior forward. 2 points, 3 boards, and an assist per game. The lefty misses both. They can hold for the final shot if they want it. Dean Woods has it, top of the key. Gets it back from Williams. 20 seconds. Davenport, your leading scorer. He had 9. Kicks this back. 15 seconds. Williams can't get past his defender. It's stripped, recovered. 5 seconds remaining. Saved by Bunnery. Minden lets one fly. It'll finish short.
He almost bounced it in.
Time runs out on the third quarter, which certainly favored Minden, but they are still trailing by double digits. Fourth quarter and a chance to make it to the state finals when we return here on the LHSAA Network.
So it's going to come down to this.
Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute! There's a flag on the play!
Our coverage of the 2025 LHSAA Boys March Madness brought to you by Coca-Cola, Real Magic. By Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation, the voice of Louisiana agriculture. By Louisiana Army National Guard, protect what matters. And by MMR, built from values distinguished by tradition. We hope you'll stay with us. Those were the Bruley Panthers. They'll take on the Wasserman Wildcats in our game following this one. Minden coming back out on the floor, and a bit of an uphill battle right now for the Crimson Tide, trailing by 12. Only 8 minutes left.
Morris doing all he can, hit a couple of big shots, got the crowd back into it, but Bossier just continues to do what they do, playing tough defense, getting to the line. Bunnery has been really good as their leading scorer, a little banged up. Dean Woods unable to get going.
Williams, sophomore guard, gets it inbounds. Cam Davenport, the senior who averages in double figures and has 4 assists a game. Drove the lane but can't finish. He's been successful several times today, but he's stonewalled there. Lofton backs it out. Darnell Morris. Top of the key, Franklin. And that one will stay with the Crimson Tide. Lowest scoring team in the tournament so far, Georgetown, who only managed 23. Minden is in danger. Morris trying to get going here against the big post. Bunnery. That's tipped into the corner. Franklin, turnaround jumper. Can't hit. Guess who? Bunnery with the board.
Bunnery just a sophomore, too long and active.
Not only does he have a double-double by now, I think he's closer to 20 boards than he is to 10. He's been everywhere. Woods, athletic all the way to the hoop, and he's fouled. First foul committed by Minden. If that's on Morris, it's his 4th.
We might have a technical foul also. Yep. Somebody got stuck for arguing.
And that means Bossier will have possession of the ball. Carnelo Smith for Minden. Woods hits another free throw.
Now the technical.
Cool, calm, and collected at the line. Substitution, Minden will bring back Carnelo Smith. Quick break for Jaden Franklin.
I think the technical might have been on Franklin. And they take him out, he makes all 4. Now he's in double figures with 10.
Bunnery had 16 rebounds at the end of 3 quarters. Bossier retains possession after the tee. Biggest lead of the game right now for the Bearcats. They're up 16.
Oh, now they stick
the coach.
Yeah.
Coach Brown's going to be called for a technical for Minden. And the sideline official might have just given him another. Or is he just showing the first one to press row, the officials table? More free throws coming for the Bearcats. And the official orders him back to the bench.
And he'll have to sit down as well.
Coach Jacob Brown, in just his second year with the boys program, was previously with the girls team for 14 years. Free throw falls, and now Woods with 11 points for Bossier.
Right, he's got to sit the rest of the game. It's a seatbelt rule. Once you get a technical foul on your bench, the head coach has to sit down. He loses his privilege to stand up.
Woods, some fancy dribbling, drives the lane. They make contact, redirect his shot. Up the floor to Lofton. Lofton hangs, lets the defender fly by, and he's got the field goal.
Dean Woods down again, and he may not get up this time. He is in some pain.
He had been grabbing at that lower left ankle. Here's another look. Spills onto the floor.
Gets hit from the right and the left. No call. Looked like a definite foul.
And coach is having to take him off the floor. He's jawing at the official a little bit, saying, where's the foul?
Yep. Got to maintain his composure. Definitely 2 fouls on him. He's back to reaching toward that left ankle or leg.
$15-point advantage, and Bossier has the ball again. The Bearcats are bearing down on their 3rd championship game appearance in the last 6 years. Back into the game for Minden, Jaden Franklin, number 4. Going to the line for Bossier to shoot a pair is Javonte Small. Here's the last foul, Eric.
A little penetration there from Small. Way too much contact. Guards are shifty and quick.
So Small hits 1 of 2. They'll take it out of the corner. Morris for 3. He hit it. Minden had been 1 of 13. Morris cans that one from NBA range with a little over 6 minutes remaining.
Had to have it. The crowd trying to will their team back into this one, but they got to contain these guards who constantly drive and get to the line.
That one's redirected. Good defense by Cameron Harris.
There's a foul.
And Bossier will be fouled right around the 3-point line. Minden's coach, like you said, the seatbelt rule, is handcuffed on the bench with the technical.
And Dean Woods up and trying to stretch that left leg out over there at the end of the Bossier bench. You can see him behind the basket up there. His shoes along the floor trying to stretch.
Davenport hits the first of 2. Another opportunity for Davenport, and he's 5 of 6 from the stripe. Davenport with 11 points in our game. Morris just hit one from the logo. Harris drives up on Bunnery. Almost got the roll. He'll go to the line. That's just the first foul on Bossier here in the fourth quarter.
A nice play design, a little post-up basketball there in the mid-post. Harris, reverse pivot, squares up. A little shot fake and drive. Almost finishes that one too, but he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Bossier beat Minden earlier in the regular season, 66-42. They are up by double digits here again. 5:42 remaining. Good to see Woods back into the game after trying to stretch out that left lower leg.
And big for big, he'll take Bunnery out. The sophomore heads to the bench. He's had a great game.
Double-double for Bunnery. Small at midcourt, guarded by Smith. They're okay with letting Woods run a little bit with it. Small to the rack, off the glass and in.
That's what you want. Run a little clock and then get the layup. Small with a nice little hesitation move.
Minden, no second chance there. Timeout called by Bossier.
And that'll be a full. Gets by him and he uses his body, kind of severs that angle. You want to get in front of the defender so he can't get back in front of you. And then he rises up and finishes off the glass.
Let's take a look at the nightcap coming up on the LHSAA network. The #1 seed Zachary Broncos taking on Natchitoches Central from North Louisiana. The Chiefs and Broncos with an 8 p.m. tip expected on the LHSAA network. The Zachary girls, make that the Chiefs, the Zachary Broncos girls teams just won the Division I crown over in Hammond. And the Chiefs are back in the state semifinals, trying to make the finals for the second year in a row. They did not come up big against Ponchatoula, fell just short against the Green Wave. But Ponchatoula was not able to make it back here. The only team that didn't make it back from last year's finals runs were Newman and Ponchatoula. Bossier back out on the floor with a 16-point lead over district rival Minden.
Still a lot of time left here, but Minden having a tough time because they have to extend their defense, and these guards are so quick and so good with the basketball. They're able to get to the rim and finish or draw hand check fouls and get to the line. And there's the hand check.
Any foul from here on out is 2 shots for Bossier.
That'll be 2. And you mentioned it, partner. Bossier doing a nice job of playing defense without fouling and cleaning up that defensive glass with their 2 bigs. Although one of them is on the bench, the sophomore, who I've been really impressed with. Just his motor, he's always active, he's rebounding on both ends, and he finishes around the basket. And they needed him today. As you get a look right there, a good shot of Dean Woods, who's still limping a little bit. He had to go out of the game. Lost his composure there for a little while. Got everything straight, stretched out. Good to see him back. They're going to need him. If they can win this one and get to the state championship, they'll definitely need him.
Here's Lofton. He won't have much time to rest. He'll get Friday off, and then Saturday, the championship game is at 6 p.m. in this division. Little runner in the putback. Harris scores. He's got 6 points. A little over 4.5 minutes remaining. Woods takes off. It's a sprint down the floor. Gets this one away to Thomas. Thomas dribbling right wing.
Almost traveled, but puts it on the floor before that. Thought about a shot fake and drive, but said, nope, let's run a little clock. Coach Collins says slow. Oh, he lost it.
Turnover for Bossier. Lofton with a little hook shot from the right wing. Back to a 13-point game.
Great finish. Defense leading to offense. As Dean Woods lost it there. And another turnover, almost a turnover. Heads up on the table. Garrett, I'm going to need a little more effort from you right there to protect the talent.
I should have come out of my seat. I'm sorry.
No, it was rolling along the table. Got a piece, missed the monitor. Got a piece of somebody's laptop down there, but we're all okay. Good hustle, too. Minden really trying to pick up that defensive intensity. And boy, if they can shoot some gaps and get some steals, may lead to some easy baskets. They're fighting. They're not giving up.
Davenport has had a day. 11 points for the guard. He's headed back to the line where he's 5 of 6.
That's going to be on Lofton again, and he kind of puts palms up like, what am I supposed to do? 4 on him. You want to put pressure, but you do have to give these quick guards a little more room.
I think unless it starts raining threes for Minden, and I believe they only have 2 in the game to this point, they're going to have to wait another year to try and advance to state for the first time since 1985.
And now Bossier getting to the line, making free throws, extending the lead. There's 2 right there.
This is Bossier's 16th trip all time to the state tournament. That's the most by any Shreveport area team. They're looking to get into their 13th state championship game. Davenport. Small has that one picked away by Harris. Harris has a teammate running with him, and he'll draw the foul. Just the second foul committed by Bossier. Was he in the act of shooting? Yes. I think he was.
Back. That's textbook.
Timeout called.
Minden, I believe, takes a timeout as Brown checks in. Now he's in the game.
The Bossier Bearcats have been to 12 title games all time. They've won 5 championships, and they've done it in 5 different decades. Some startling consistency by the Bossier Bearcat basketball.
Bruley sitting there.
I like the shirts. Rep Yo City. They've made the trip over from Baton Rouge. Bossier, 3 minutes, 14 seconds away from getting back into the state championship game. And you see Coach Brown stuck on the bench after that technical here in the second half. Brown, his grandfather is Clyde Carlisle, the Minden coach from 1970 to 80 and a 1,000-game winner. And basketball fans will know his uncle, Randy Carlisle, also a 1,000-game winner as a coach. Multiple state titles. Turnaround jumper by Morris is pretty. And that cuts the lead down to 13. If Minden's going to do it, they have to do it now.
Nice mid-range jumper right there against the zone.
Rare miss by Bossier. Morris up the floor. He's got 13 to lead his team. He'll pass off to Franklin. Hudson Brown, the junior, in. Morris, another turnaround jumper. 4 in a row. It's an 11-point game, and Bossier wants to wind a little clock down. Davenport. Cutting in is Williams. He'll score high off the glass.
A reverse layup, good penetration and kick right there as Morris gets to his average. He's got 15. Looking to get more here with the ball in his hands.
Spins through 2 defenders.
Pass.
It's a late pass, and the score by Carnelo Smith.
Great play from Morris. Attracts a lot of attention and great vision to find Smith, who finishes.
Still an 11-point lead. Bossier would like to stop some of this momentum by the Crimson Tide. Davenport against the post, draws the foul.
Yeah, not much Smith can do right there. He just fouls him on the way to the basket. It does stop the clock. You just got to hope that Bossier misses a few free throws if you're Minden, but they've been pretty good late.
Smith called for his second foul. Christian Lofton is playing with 4 fouls. He's the only Crimson Tide player in major foul trouble. Substitutions. Back in is Bunnery, and they're going to get a little bit taller as Bunnery and Woods are in at the same time.
Back there to rim protect. Smith makes the first one. He comes in averaging 9. He's got 14 today. Make it 15.
Lofton quickly up the floor. Crossover dribble in the lane. Rims in and out. Woods will drive up the floor. Brown can't pick it away behind him. Down low to Woods. He got lost in traffic somehow, and he's 6'7".
He sure did, and the point guard finds him with a little look away. Davenport.
Rebound, Bunnery. And they'll foul Woods. He's going to the line with 1:15 remaining.
Yeah, that's just going to about do it right there, as Woods has been really good from the line.
And that'll be the 5th foul committed. Christian Lofton will head back to the bench. Woods, who's playing through some pain, had the trainer looking at him earlier in the 4th quarter, trying to stretch out that back left leg. Has another free throw to come. Can't get the roll. 14 points for the senior. He's just kind of limping down the floor. Spinning by Morris, trying to defend him. Morris off the back iron. Rebound to Bunnery, who's over 20 boards in our semifinal game. This one's up the floor. Thomas and Williams trying to score. The spin by Morris. Fakes the give and go. Can't score coast to coast. This will stay with Minden.
It's a nice move by Morris. The spin move. Really good player. Can handle the ball. Can shoot it. Try to do all he can today, but it looks like they're going to come up short. Now we're under a minute to play. 48 seconds left in this semifinal matchup.
Seems like things are really on the rise for Minden. Hunter Brown gets it. They were a 14 seed last year, won a playoff game. This year, the #2 overall seed in Division II non-select. Ran into a very good Bossier squad here in Lake Charles, and they'll finish a little bit shy of their goal. That one's tipped away. Ends up being saved by Small.
Yeah, too many weapons for Bossier. Quick guards, and the 2 bigs were really good. We know about Dean Woods, but a little coming out party for Bunnery inside with a big-time double-double.
This will be in the hands of Woods. The Minden players defeated, walking off the floor. The final seconds ticking off the clock. And the Bossier Bearcats, as time finishes, Bossier will play for their 2nd state title in the last 3 years. They knock off the 2 seed Minden 51-35, and our game goes final.
Yeah, good effort from both teams. Congrats. Bossier moves on.
More action coming up next on the LHSA Network. Post-game rolls on the other side of this break.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Breck Golf Courses, we focus on the highest level of play. That means award-winning courses, state-of-the-art practice facilities, unique shot-making opportunities, and tournament-level playing experiences. With 2 championship courses located in the parish, Beaver Creek and Santa Maria courses make the perfect setting to test your golf skills. Find your next hole-in-one with Breck Golf.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail. Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials across the country because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Welcome into the LHSA Network live post-game show from Burton Coliseum. Division II non-select semifinal, and the Bossier Bearcats basically take it wire to wire. 51-35 was your final score over the Minden Crimson Tide. Justin Collins, the head coach, and a couple of his star players. Coach, you got the job done just like you wanted it, right? Just like you drew it up?
It don't matter how you win, as long as you win. You know what I mean?
What can you say about the guys that led you today, and maybe the Crimson Tide had a hard time scoring?
Yes, sir.
Let's put it out there.
Yes, sir. The game plan was that we can stop them from scoring. We can guard them. We got a good chance. And these two guys, I'll tell you a little bit about them. They're seniors.
Yeah.
They've been with me since their freshman year. They got them a championship in 2023.
Yep.
And they've been through all the grinding, man, the naysayers, all the other stuff. And we here now. Can't be more proud of these guys. They left it all on the court. Correll was hurt the whole time.
I saw that. He went to the bench. You had to bear hug him and bring him to the bench,
he didn't want
right?
to come out, so I had to be a father figure out that type of shit.
Correll, you had 14. Cameron, you had 15. You were the top scorers. Coach, you didn't want Coach taking you out of the game. What was that about?
Nah, it means a lot. Like, I didn't want to lose. I don't care if we up or not. I didn't want to lose. I wanted to bring him back where he needs to be.
What do you think was the difference in this game?
The difference in this game was defense. It's not all about offense. We realized that when we had to flip the corner against Richwood, we got to play defense to get to the offense.
Yeah, there are a lot of good defensive teams that show up when you get to this level, right? How about Cameron? You generated a lot of offense, but you also helped out on the defensive end as well, right?
Yes, sir. We just sat on defense. We worked on every day and practice on this. Sit a lot, run. We built for these moments right here.
So when you feel the emotion you're feeling, where does that come from?
Everybody hating on us. Everybody hating on us. Thought we weren't gonna make it.
Everybody in terms of your community, your fans?
Everybody, fans, everybody.
You know, one time 6 and 10.
Everybody.
We wasn't doing well, but you know, it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. We just stayed the course. That was our message. Stay the course, man. Stay the course. Just keep working. Don't worry about the result. You work, everything else will take care of itself.
I got one thing to say though, for real. Me, Cam, Vontae, everybody, nobody thought we was gonna be here. Everybody just went away from us. They separated from us. We stick to the grind. We ran every day, 10 in the minutes, every day.
So Cameron, it was the locker room that got you here, huh? That close-knit locker room?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, you're playing for about the what? They want me to ask you, what does it mean to get to the finals, especially after such a slow start?
It means a lot. I mean, that's what you base your season off of, dictating your last game. So we have earned the right to play our last game and the championship, and looking forward to it, man. It's just an honor and blessing, man, to be here.
Well, Richwood's going to be a challenge, I can tell you that. But
we got to win out of Wiseman and Bruce Lee. we know we're familiar with Wiseman, so hopefully we can get it back.
Congratulations. That's going to get us to the highlights and stats coming up right after this break.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
So it's going to come down to this.
Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play!
Protect what matters most to you and find out the many ways you can benefit. 100% free tuition and fees to all state colleges. Job training in over 150 different career fields, healthcare, pay, and much more. The Louisiana Army National Guard, part-time service with lifelong benefits. Find out more by visiting www.lang-recruiting.com.
Welcome back into the LHSA Network Live post-game show. Bossier wins wire to wire against Minden. The Bearcats take it 51-35, and as Coach mentioned, they'll face either Wassman or Bruley in the Division II non-select finals. That game is coming up here in the arena, but let's take a look at some highlights as the Bearcats really jumped on top of Minden early and really never let them up, increasing their lead up to as many as 15 points. Certainly the play on the inside made a difference. Travian Bunnery had 10 points for the Bearcats. Also the outside shooting game, picking up the loose balls. There's Bunnery again, scoring 2 of his 10 points. From the outside, they were stroking the three-point shots. Minden did cut the lead down for a while, but the Crimson Tide had a hard time scoring and shooting in this game. You're seeing some of the ones that they made, but again, Bunnery working hard on the glass. Davenport and Woods, who we just talked to, certainly big parts of the Bearcats' offense. And although that 15-point lead shrunk to 11, it never got back to single digits, and the Bearcats end up taking it. 31% from the field, not great, but better than 28%. Minden, 16 three-pointers, they only made 2. 13 free throws, they only made 3. Just a clear indication that this was not their day from the offensive end. They were also out-rebounded 46-33. They did force 14 Bossier turnovers. All right, so the number 6 seed is the Cinderella here at March Madness. They'll get a chance to take on either Bruley or Wassman for a state championship. We're going to say goodbye for now for the LHSA crew. I'm Steve Schneider. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail. Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials across the country because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
So it's going to come down to this.
Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute! There's a flag on the play!
Let's take it back to growing up in Baton Rouge. You know, were you a guy who went into high school and you're already 6.5 feet tall and everybody knew you're going to be playing basketball, or was it different for you?
I came in at like 5'10", I think I was a freshman. At the end of my sophomore year, I was like 6'1". And then at the beginning of my junior year, I was like 6'6". So I had a major growth spurt, you know. that, you know, it helped the trajectory of my career.
Was basketball a sport that you focused on from an early age, or you played multiple sports?
Nah, I played basketball my whole life. Once I got to high school, I dabbled in other sports, but it wasn't for me.
And the experience at McKinley, what was it like finally making varsity?
Like McKinley is a different place. Like for me, that was like growing up, that was the pinnacle for me. I grew up in South Baton Rouge. I watched those guys win multiple state titles. I watched those guys go to college. I grew up in sports academy where most of those guys played pickup and summer league ball. So like literally, like for me, McKinley was my everything. And I think it's just a testament to how I grew up and how much I love basketball. You know, you can go back in yearbooks back to like '94 and I'm on the sideline of the basketball on the bench. You know, it's not the same now, but McKinley was an experience at that time. You know, for that, it was, I don't know, I can't really put it in words, but just, it was a part of the McKinley experience. You know, it was a part of waiting your turn. It was a part of, you know, it was rare back then guys started varsity for 4 years. You know, it was very rare. Like kids come in and they think that that's how the game is supposed to be played, or parents think that that's, you know, for me it was more of earning your stripes. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to earn it. And I think that's what's missing from today's game, is that people are afraid to push their kids to earn it. You know, I never came home and complained to my mom about not making varsity, or I never complained about not getting minutes, or I knew there was nothing she could do about that. You know, so for me, like McKinley taught me a lot about just earning it, right? Like you had to, at McKinley, you had to earn everything. Like my freshman year, I played football, right? I suck. But the thing about it is, I never forget getting into it with an upperclassman because I picked up a belt and the belt had 3 pieces of tape on it. You ain't got 3 letters yet, so you can't wear that belt. You gotta get one of the raggedy belts that ain't got no mark, right? Simple things like baseball. In the baseball locker room, you ain't got no letters, you can't sit in the locker. You gotta sit on this side, right? And it was more about earning your stripes. Basketball, I got 41 because that's the number you got. You wasn't picking no numbers. Right, and like either you're gonna be grateful about getting it, or you're not gonna get one at all. You know, and I think like for me, McKinley, the McKinley experience was everything for me.
Sounds like it was really positive for you going forward.
Nah, yeah. I think like I said, it's not the same now, but the McKinley experience is why McKinley has such a rich tradition. Is why, you know, they have such a successful alumni base, why they have, you know, sometimes people see them and like, oh, they go so, because it's the things that you got from the experience. It wasn't just school, it was life. You know, you learn life lessons, good, bad, or indifferent. You know, and I know sometimes McKinley might have some negative connotations for what go on, but it teach kids how to survive. It taught us how to survive. It taught us how to deal with multiple personalities. It taught us, you know, you got the kids from the neighborhood, and then you got kids being bussed in. Some of them are rich, some of them are just smart, some of them got family problems. They got money, but they got more family problems than us. Some of them, like, you know, we can go in depth, but it taught us how to deal with multiple personalities, how to deal with adversity. You know, I think just back then, the people that were around there, it was good. It was a great thing. It was a great thing.
Who were some coaches at McKinley at the time during that era?
Almond Brown, that was our principal, but he was everything. Like, I met Almond Brown in like 1990, I think. My uncle was at McKinley. And like, since then, he was, you know, he was instrumental to the school and to that culture. You know, even though he's a Capital alumni, he was instrumental to, you know, keeping up the tradition of McKinley when he got on campus as an assistant principal, all the way to, you know, being the head principal. You know, he was one of those guys that were very, very, you know, instrumental in keeping that culture, you know, of respect, you know, of integrity, you know. So, yeah, he was one of the ones you never forget.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Breck Golf Courses, we focus on the highest level of play. That means award-winning courses, state-of-the-art practice facilities, unique shot-making opportunities, and tournament-level playing experiences. With 2 championship courses located in the parish, Beaver Creek and Santa Maria courses make the perfect setting to test your golf skills. Find your next hole-in-one with Breck Golf.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail. Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials across the country because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
From Lake Charles, Louisiana, inside the Burton Coliseum, it's Boys March Madness, the state high school boys basketball tournament on the LHSAA network. It's a Division II non-select semifinal matchup as the Bruley Panthers taking on the Waspin Wildcats. The Wildcats trying to go back-to-back in Division II non-select. Hello, everyone. Jeff Palermo along with Eric Mouton, and we are so glad you could join us for this game. Bruley last year got to the semifinals, but they ended up losing to Iowa in the final seconds. So this year they're looking to try to go a year further. Meanwhile, Waspin is always here. 10 consecutive years they've made it to the semifinals, and for their head coach, Casey Jones, they finally broke through last year and won a state title.
Relentless pressure is what you're going to see from a Casey Jones team. Bruley has guys all over the floor that can handle the pressure. They've got to limit turnovers, take care of the basketball, and see if they can score with Waspin.
Yeah, you're right about that. Let's take a look at how they got to this point. First of all, for Waspin, they defeated Bastrop in the quarterfinals 69-57. Meanwhile, Bruley, a big win over Franklinton 86-56. Bruley, when you talk to their head coach, Kirby Loop, he thinks they're better than a 5 seed. We'll see today as they'll take on a very good Waspin team. And the winner is going to get Bossier in the Division II non-select state championship game on Saturday night. Bossier defeating Minden in the game previous to this one.
Bossier was impressive. They got 2 bigs and some guards, and man, I'm really anxious to see which one of these 2 teams can come out of this semifinal with a victory and face the Bearcats.
Zion Weeks is the leading scorer for Waspin. He's averaging 21 points a game. He is a 6-foot senior guard. He's wearing number 12 for Waspin. And then Bruley's got 2 big scorers, Edric Snurl and then also Micah Bryant. Those 2 guys are averaging 18 points a game.
And a veteran group from Bruley. They'll start 2 seniors and 3 juniors, and it's loud in here, Jeff. Oh my goodness, both of these fan bases are ready.
All right, and we are underway here in just a second. Waspin in white, Bruley in black, and it is going to be the Panthers ball as we get started from the Burton Coliseum. Again, Jeff Palermo along with Eric Mouton on the LHSAA network. There's the man-to-man defense from the Waspin Wildcats getting into the lane. Nice little dish, and that's a good way to start it. Good ball movement, and it ends up in the hands of Ben Radford at 6'4", 8 points, 13 rebounds a game. And Bruley's going to play some good defense here today, too. Nice drive to the rim. It won't go down. Offensive rebound. Get it out of here, says Bruley. And now the battle for the basketball, and it's going to be a jump ball right off the bat. A lot of emotion from this Bruley team. And Coach Kirby Loop told me the emotion has been a key factor to his team getting to the state semifinals once again, but it can also be a negative. They've lost some close games where the emotion got to them a little bit too much. We'll see how it translates here today. Along the baseline, that's Weeks. Weeks now will lean in. No good. And one and done on that rebound. Ben Radford gets the rebound. There's a look at your starting lineups and another bucket for Bruley. Our starting lineups brought to you by the Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation, the voice of Louisiana agriculture. Johnson. Now off onto the left wing here for Wassman. Robinson being guarded by Snurl. To Weeks. Weeks puts up the shot. It's no good. And more good glass work by Ben Radford. There's the starting lineups with Johnson, Snurl, Wesley, Micah Bryant, and then Ben Radford. Ben Radford is the brother of Tyrese Radford, who played at Texas A&M for 4 years. That shot a little bit too long from Micah Bryant. Now for Wassman, their starting lineup: Williams, Robinson, Weeks, Andre Mackey, and Dontavius Daggs. Again, Bruley doing a good job dominating the glass. Snurl with it inside the lane, and they're going to call a foul.
Bruley making a statement right here. Fans are into it. Not intimidated at all. And number 24, Radford, the junior, 8 points, 13 rebounds, has been a force inside.
So Edric Snurl, 6'3", averaging 18 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He'll miss the first free throw. But Snurl, a first-team All-State player from a season ago. He's got schools like LSU Alexandria, Baton Rouge Community College, Bossier Parish Community College looking at him. Led the team in scoring last year. He's got a good mid-range jumper. He missed those 2 free throws. But Bruley trying to stay with it here. And now finally Wassman comes away with it. All the way to the rim and scoring for the Wildcats. That's Zion Weeks. And Wassman is finally on the scoreboard here. Early on in this opening quarter of this semifinal matchup in Division II non-select.
Wassman with constant pressure, offense and defense. They'll put some pressure on this defense in transition.
Ryland Johnson lost it up ahead. This is Robinson, who misses the layup. Oh, easy opportunity there for the 5'10" point guard Morgan Robinson. And a foul the other end, and going back to the line, it's going to be Snurl. Let's take a look at Coach Kirby Loop, this Bruley team. Trying to win its first state championship since 1984. They had just 2 losses last year when they lost in the semifinals to Iowa. We have a technical foul in this game. And they called that on a player for Wassman. Dontavius Daggs is who they called the technical foul on. So now Snurl at the line to shoot a couple of free throws for the technical. Missed the first one, though. Second free throw coming up here for Snurl. Snurl almost has 2,000 points in his high school career, and he misses both free throws. Let's take a look if we can see where the technical foul occurs. All the way, and you see Daggs is all the way down towards the baseline, and now here's 2 free throws. Micah Bryant makes the first free throw.
I think they stuck Robinson. They got 2 fouls for him up there, the reach and the technical. So I think it was Robinson talking to the official right there.
Hold on, whistles before we get going here. And coming out of the game with those 2 fouls is Morgan Robinson. Robinson, who just missed that layup, now he'll be sitting on the bench with 2 fouls.
The technical does count as a personal, so he's got 2. One, he committed a personal, and the technical counts as a personal.
Wesley from way downtown is short. And the rebound got tapped out to Williams. Kadarius Williams for Wassman. Mays all the way, kick out, and out of bounds. A little bit of a slow start here for the Wildcats, Eric.
Yeah, Bruley playing with some intensity.
Jumper, and that is no good. Coming right back at it for Bruley. Well, they are really doing a nice job on the glass. Good block shot from Mackey, but Bruley being very relentless here at the moment.
Extra possessions, drawing some fouls, continuing to crash the offensive glass. Snurl will head back to the line.
So Snurl has already had some free throw opportunities here, and he can't make any of them. Is he 0 for 5, Eric?
He's close to it. We'll have to see officially, but he's around there. And 4 fouls on Wassman, none for Bruley. So Bruley will shoot 2 every foul the rest of this quarter.
Finally, Snurl makes one. And Wassman will try to get something going here offensively. They just have not been in any kind of flow at all. Zion Weeks, defended by Johnson. Moving around here to Mays. Mays, floater in the lane, too high off the glass. Trying to dig it up and put it in. Still unable to get anything to go. Bruley on the run. Bryant stops, pops, misses. Skying for that rebound and off the glass and in for Snurl. Can't make it the free throws, but he's good with the putbacks and a great start here for the Panthers.
Bruley pounding it, leading 9-2. Has Wassman a little rattled here in the early going. And a turnover.
This is Johnson. Johnson, the Euro. A little bit too short, but he was fouled.
Yeah, tripped him as he tried that Euro. Boy, how about Bruley? The 5 seed up against the number 1 seed, not backing down an inch, making a statement here early.
Well, Coach Kirby Luke told me, hey, these two teams are very similar. You can remove the seeds. And so far, Bruley has shown that they certainly belong here going up against a team that is used to being here in Lake Charles for the semifinals. Free throw good there from Rylan Johnson, who is the grandson of Ronald Johnson, a very successful basketball coach back in the day for White Castle, who's in the Louisiana High School Hall of Fame.
I had a chance to coach against Coach Johnson early in my career. What a great coach and a great man.
Into the post. Good job here by Wassman. Get it down low to Kadarius Williams, and the 6'3" freshman gets a much-needed bucket there for Wassman. Wildcats now down by 7.
And Coach Casey Jones asking for fouls on the other side, saying it's 5-0. Travel.
He'll take the traveling call, though. And you were just talking about him. There he is, Casey Jones. He's been here 10 years, 10 trips to the state tournament. That is very impressive, getting to the semifinals, finally knocking down that door as they got to the championship game last year and defeated Iowa to win the school's 3rd state championship. Coach Jones also won a state championship at Ouachita High in 2009.
There's a foul against Bruley on a little penetration right there. They get Snurl. Weeks will shoot 2.
So Zion Weeks going to the line here. Weeks really has come into his own this season. He was a 3rd or 4th option on last year's state championship team. He makes all the right plays, could score on all 3 levels. Really good shooter, and probably heading to junior college once his high school career is done. He's got 4. Wassman down by 5. We approach 3 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Wesley is triple team, loses it, and Wassman gets the ball back. So Wassman's D starting to tighten up here a little bit, Eric.
Yeah, good hands right there. Good help defense. That's a team that's connected. When somebody drives, you got to help make them kick that basketball away from the goal, away from the rim. Good hands, knocks it off the guy driving. We go the other way.
Davey Mays will bring it up. over the Weeks. Weeks will go around a screen set by Mackey and a long three. No. Tipped out. Allows Bruley to go on a run here. Snurl spins, turns, and he is fouled. Pretty big hit there at the end of his shot. And going back to the line here is Snurl, where he has struggled. Just 1 of 6 from the line so far here today.
Couple of Wassman defenders coming in transition, but they get Williams. That'll be his second foul. Someone checking in the table, probably going to get him out right here.
Travis Lynch will come in, and another missed free throw, and Bruley should be up more than 5 points here, but really struggling at the line is Snurl. Snurl takes a few steps away from the line, tries to gather himself. And the second free throw, no good. Man, missed opportunities. Let's remember that. If Bruley unable to win this game, hard take to the glass here, and that's no good from Weeks. Johnson. The three is no good from Bryant. Got it down low. Good passing here along the baseline, and another hard foul committed by Davey Mays. Mays just picked up his first, and Bruley will send another player to the line. This time it's going to be Kazzy Murray will go to the line. He got the ball, but he also got his left arm, too.
When he finished that block, definitely across the arm. And Coach Casey Jones all over his team about blocking out and rebounding. And they got to find Snurl. He has been all over the offensive glass.
And the missed free throws continue. Murray is a junior guard, averaging 4 points, a couple rebounds, and an assist this season. Second free throw, no good. Another missed free throw. Empty trips to the line here for Bruley.
Jeff, we've seen it all week, man. Teams struggling from the free throw line. Marksville last night got it done from the line, but not many other teams have.
Mays' shot is no good. Bruley on the run again. Bryant, acrobatic shot won't go. Got his miss. That won't go. And now we're going to have a call going to be on Bruley. Or actually, it's going to be against Wassman. It's over and over the back.
I think he pointed the wrong direction.
Yeah,
he's going to stay here. Yeah, he just corrected himself. My bad. It definitely was on 10 Lynch. I believe that's his first.
So Snurl will try to go to the line here, and it's got to be in his head at this point, Eric, as far as how many free throws that he has missed so far in this game.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's the arena or the moment. But, man, we've seen a lot of teams struggle as Snurl composes himself, knocks that one down.
All right, now he's in the groove. 7-point lead here for Bruley. Davey Mays playing on a torn ACL. He's a senior, gutting it out there right now. There's going to be a hard foul. Bruley can't believe the call. Coach Kirby Loop is saying, wait a minute, that's not a foul. Look at him. He's saying my man went straight up.
Yeah, on the pick and roll, he comes over, gets both hands. Boy, it looked like he got it at the top and not much contact there, but it does go against Radford. Only his first.
Travis Lynch gets the free throw to go down. Stephen Wesley set to come back in for Bruley, and he does, as Ben Radford will leave. So Stephen Wesley into the game. Bruley up by 6. Second free throw, that is a line drive that's no good. And Murray the rebound. Murray into the front court, picked up defensively. Murray over to Johnson. Johnson, nice dish. Good reverse attempt there by Murray. Comes up a little short. Traveling call. What?
Mackey went up and got that rebound. Little bump there from Wesley, and Bruley just loses his balance and shuffles those feet for the travel. Long three, air ball.
13-7. Bruley up by 6, but it just feels like they should be up by so much more, Eric.
Yeah, and that's not the shot Coach Lupe wants right there, and he will take Bryant out. Quick, forced 3, air ball. They got a little size advantage. Maybe put it down low, put it on the block. Continue to crash the boards. Let your bigs go to work.
Weeks trying to get around his man. Weeks now able to get towards the lane. Nice pass. And it's going to result in a foul. And Dontavius Daggs will now get an opportunity here. Dontavius Daggs averaging 7 points, 2 rebounds a game, and when they look
to his average, he's got 15. Looking to get more here with the ball in his hands.
Spins through 2 defenders. Pass. It's a late pass, and the score by Carnelo Smith.
Great play from Morris. Attracts a lot of attention and great vision to find Smith, who finishes.
Still an 11-point lead. Bossier would like to stop some of this momentum by the Crimson Tide. Davenport against the post, draws the foul.
And not much Smith can do right there. He just fouls him on the way to the basket. It does stop the clock. You just got to hope that Bossier misses a few free throws if you're Minden, but they've been pretty good late.
Smith called for his second foul. Christian Lofton is playing with 4 fouls. He's the only Crimson Tide player in major foul trouble. Substitutions. Back in is Bunnery, and they're going to get a little bit taller as Bunnery and Woods are in at the same time.
Back there to rim protect. Smith makes the first one. He comes in averaging 9. He's got 14 today. Make it 15.
Lofton quickly up the floor. Crossover dribble in the lane. Rims in and out. Woods will drive up the floor. Brown can't pick it away behind him. Down low to Woods. He got lost in traffic somehow, and he's 6'7".
He sure did, and the point guard finds him with a little look away. Davenport.
Rebound, Bunnery. And they'll foul Woods. He's going to the line with 1:15 remaining.
Yeah, that's just going to about do it right there, as Woods has been really good from the line.
And that'll be the 5th foul committed. Christian Lofton will head back to the bench. Woods, who's playing through some pain, had the trainer looking at him earlier in the 4th quarter, trying to stretch out that back left leg. Has another free throw to come. Can't get the roll. 14 points for the senior. He's just kind of limping down the floor. Spinning by Morris, trying to defend him. Morris off the back iron. Rebound to Bunnery, who's over 20 boards in our semifinal game. This one's up the floor. Thomas and Williams trying to score. The spin by Morris. Fakes the give and go. Can't score coast to coast. This will stay with Minden.
It's a nice move by Morris, the spin move. Really good player, can handle the ball, can shoot it. Try to do all he can today, but it looks like they're going to come up short. Now we're under a minute to play, 48 seconds left in this semifinal matchup.
Seems like things are really on the rise for Minden. Hunter Brown gets it. They were a 14 seed last year, won a playoff game. This year, the #2 overall seed in Division II non-select. Ran into a very good Bossier squad here in Lake Charles, and they'll finish a little bit shy of their goal. That one's tipped away. Ends up being saved by Small.
Yeah, too many weapons for Bossier. Quick guards, and the 2 bigs were really good. We know about Dean Woods, but a little coming out party for Bunnery inside with a big-time double-double.
This will be in the hands of Woods. The Minden players defeated, walking off the floor. The final seconds ticking off the clock. And the Bossier Bearcats, as time finishes, Bossier will play for their second state title in the last 3 years. They knock off the 2 seed Minden 51-35, and our game goes final.
Yeah, good effort from both teams. Congrats. Bossier moves on.
More action coming up next on the LHSA Network. Post-game rolls on the other side of this break.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Breck Golf Courses, we focus on the highest level of play. That means award-winning courses, state-of-the-art practice facilities, unique shot-making opportunities, and tournament-level playing experiences. With 2 championship courses located in the parish, Beaver Creek and Santa Maria courses make the perfect setting to test your golf skills. Find your next hole-in-one with Breck Golf.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail. Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials across the country because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Welcome into the LHSA Network live post-game show from Burton Coliseum. Division II non-select semifinal, and the Bossier Bearcats basically take it wire to wire. 51-35 was your final score over the Minden Crimson Tide. Justin Collins, the head coach, and a couple of his star players. Coach, you got the job done just like you wanted it, right? Just like you drew it up?
It don't matter how you win, as long as you win. You know what I mean?
What can you say about the guys that led you today, and maybe the Crimson Tide had a hard time scoring?
Yes, sir.
Put it out there.
Yes, sir. The game plan was that we can stop them from scoring. We can guard them. We got a good chance. And these 2 guys, I'll tell you a little bit about them. They're seniors.
Yeah.
They've been with me since their freshman year. They got them a championship in 2023.
Yep.
And they've been through all the grinding, man, the naysayers, all the other stuff. And we here now. Can't be more proud of these guys. They left it all on the court. Correll was hurt the whole time.
I saw that. He went to the bench. You had to bear hug him and bring him to the bench.
Yeah, he didn't want to come out, so I had to be a father figure, that type of shit.
Correll, you had 14. Cameron, you had 15. You were the top scorers. Coach, you didn't want Coach taking you out of the game. What was that about?
Nah, it means a lot. Like, I didn't want to lose. I don't care if we up or not. I didn't want to lose. I wanted to bring him back where he needs to be.
What do you think was the difference in this game?
The difference in this game was defense. It's not all about offense. We realized that when we had to flip the corner against Richwood, we got to play defense to get to the offense.
Yeah, there are a lot of good defensive teams that show up when you get to this level, right? How about Cameron? You generate a lot of offense, but you also helped out on the defensive end as well, right?
Yes, sir. We just sat on defense. We worked on every day in practice on this. Sit a lot, run. We built for these moments right here.
So when you feel the emotion you're feeling, where does that come from?
Everybody hating on us. Everybody hating on us. Thought we weren't gonna make it.
Everybody in terms of your community, your fans?
Everybody, fans, everybody.
You know, one time 6 and 10.
Everybody.
We wasn't doing well, but you know, it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. We just stayed the course. That was our message. Stay the course, man. Stay the course. Just keep working. Don't worry about the result. You work, everything else will take care of itself.
I got one thing to say though, for real. me, Cam, Vontae, everybody, nobody thought we was gonna be here. Everybody just went away from us. They separated from us. We stick to the grind. We ran every day, 10 in the minutes, every day.
So Cameron, it was the locker room that got you here, huh? That close-knit locker room?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, you're playing for about the what? They want me to ask you, what does it mean to get to the finals, especially after such a slow start?
It means a lot. I mean, that's what you base your season off of, dictating your last game. So we have earned the right to play our last game and the championship, and looking forward to it, man. It's just an honor, blessing, man, to be here.
Well, Richwood's going to be a challenge, I can tell you that. But
we got to win out of Wiseman and Bruisley. we know we're familiar with Wiseman. So hopefully we can get it back.
Congratulations. That's going to get us to the highlights and stats coming up right after this break.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
So it's going to come down to this.
Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play.
Protect what matters most to you and find out the many ways you can benefit. 100% free tuition and fees to all state colleges. Job training in over 150 different career fields, healthcare, pay, and much more. The Louisiana Army National Guard, part-time service with lifelong benefits. Find out more by visiting www.lang-recruiting.com.
Welcome back into the LHSA Network Live post-game show. Bossier wins wire to wire against Minden. The Bearcats take it 51-35, and as Coach mentioned, they'll face either Wiseman or Bruley in the Division II non-select finals. That game is coming up here in the arena, but let's take a look at some highlights as the Bearcats really jumped on top of Minden early and really never let them up, increasing their lead up to as many as 15 points. Certainly the play on the inside made a difference. Travian Bunnery had 10 points for the Bearcats. Also the outside shooting game. Picking up the loose balls. There's Bunnery again, scoring 2 of his 10 points. From the outside, they were stroking the three-point shots. Minden did cut the lead down for a while, but the Crimson Tide had a hard time scoring and shooting in this game. You're seeing some of the ones that they made, but again, Bunnery working hard on the glass. Davenport and Woods, who we just talked to, certainly big parts of the Bearcats' offense. And although that 15-point lead shrunk to 11, it never got back to single digits, and the Bearcats end up taking it. 31% from the field, not great, but better than 28%. Minden, 16 three-pointers, they only made 2. 13 free throws, they only made 3. Just a clear indication that this was not their day from the offensive end. They were also out-rebounded 46-33. They did force 14 Bossier turnovers. All right, so the number 6 seed is the Cinderella here at March Madness. They'll get a chance to take on either Bruley or Wiseman for a state championship. We're going to say goodbye for now for the LHSA crew. I'm Steve Schneider. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast.